I think everyone is comfortable with Kannada and English. I do bilingual. Yes. So I just want to know brief information about you people as well. How many of you are preparing for UPSC? KS, since it's only almost majority of them. Any other exam? Okay. So, see, exam might be different, syllabus is different, test series is different, or whatever the exam pattern can be different. But the way of studying that remains always constant. Okay. So before UPSC, I have cleared SSC CGL, 2022 only I have cleared IBPS, I have cleared SBI PO, I have cleared ESIC. So whenever I used to do this, I was not giving them 1 month of time, another time because I was teaching also for the past 2.5 years, and I was have to prepare UPSC also. So if I am told I am clearing this particular exam, maximum 3 to 4 days I should just give mock test. So one thing is, what I have understood or realized about myself is, it's the process which I have cracked the code, rather than books or revision madavadlu. It is that particular process which is important. So first thing is, how to study is the most important thing which no one cares about. They want to read these many books, even though list so revision that itself you want. But that is not how the exam clears. You need to understand, see, now we are living in the 2024, a place where AI has taken place. So the preparation has gone into artificial intelligence also. So even during UPSC interview, on the questions direct like ChatGPT to ask that particular question. On the I used to make notes of it, and in my real interview also, few of the answers I told through AI thing also. Because we don't have time, competition is more. I think you are aware, almost 25 lakh people are, giving UPSC, they apply for UPSC, around 5 to 6 lakh people apply for KPSC, right? If anyone is writing SSCGL, 35 to 40 lakh people, they write SSCGL. So, competition is very much. Mysore, I think around 40 people are here in this particular classroom. Like this, many, 10 more classroom will be there, multiple batches will be there. There is Dharwad, there is Bangalore itself in, just to name few. In Karnataka itself, then how many states are there all over India? So everyone is preparing like you people only, but not why everyone clears the exam. So out of 25 lakh people, why only 1000 odd people clear UPSC? The percentage, let's do a quick CSAT. 1000 divided by into 100. 2 zeros, 3 zeros, so it's 1 by 25, 0.04%. Why only 0.04% are clearing the exam and maybe 0.01% are becoming IAS or IPS? What is the reason? Yes sir, motivation kodi andre 1 25 laksha jana anta helbitre heng madodu? How many of you seen 12th fail? 12th fail. Almost everyone. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಪೃಥ್ವಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಒಬ್ಬ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Okay. How many of you seen Singham? Because of that you want to join the police force? Okay. 2, 3 has seen Singham, 1 or 2 has seen pretty inspired. How many 12th fail ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Prepare ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 12th fail ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅವಾಗ ನೋಡಿರೋದಾ? And it's the inspiration. Climax ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ? Some Shraddha will come if at all it is a boy. Mother will be there, you are calling to your parents. Is that you are imagining your success? No. I to imagine, I think 6 or 8 months back before 12th year came, climax, and actually that clip is there in Instagram and all. Download I used to see. No, you people are not seeing. The reality angiralla sir. Reality angiradu. Adenandre adu hindin kashtagalu yaru helalla. 4 attempts, Manoj Kumar Sharma in the movie, 15 minutes it got passed. 15 minutes alli 4 hours of 4 attempts. But ಆ 4 attempts alli disappointments, failures, society jana ಹೇಳೋದು, what is, if at all in our society, girl students as, unfortunately, only limited number of attempts and years. ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ you feel that okay 22 ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಓದೋಣ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀರಾ. But I'll tell you a reality. After 23-24 years now, especially for boys, you don't know when the reality or the responsibility of your family will fall on you. You don't even realize. Ratro Ratri you have to take the whole responsibility of your family on you. So if at all you are feeling everything is fine, trust me on this, Ratro Ratri change agutade. anything can come. It may be financial responsibilities, or it may be some personal thing. We are all living in a COVID era also, right? So post-COVID era. So we don't know how many more diseases or any other country is getting. So now you should be, everything is uncertain over here. So whenever you have time, give the best attempt. It may be anyone for that matter. Yavaglu, remind me if at all, if I continue something, some distraction comes. What I was telling? Yeah, so the responsibilities will hit on you. So you should be prepared for it. So what I am telling is, every aspirant has 1 year, the best year. Result bartho is a secondary thing. See, result is always, factors of multiple things. Luck factor is there. Prelims, for example, you are writing prelims. Let us say you are writing from Mysore. Suppose you got an exam center, Pakadroral Sikadre, fine. Yavado outskirts Sikadre. I mean, compared to Bangalore, let us say Mysore is little small only, but Bangalore is not 5 kilometers dura for the center. Avadin dina invigilator banbutti, he'll be talking in the exam hall. Can you concentrate? Can you concentrate on the exam hall? You cannot concentrate, right? You are eating some palav or any idli tinbudana or ಏನಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀರಾ. ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋದ್ರೆ exam time ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 hours while ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. When you are writing a prelims, you are not supposed to go. If you are out once after the classroom, you cannot come in. That's a rule. What will you do? What will you do that particular time? So these are all few factors are there which is beyond your control. But what I mean to say is, prati aspirant one time birthday, 1 year birthday, the best preparation happens. There you have to give your 100%, not just 100%, even 120%. For example, in my first year of when I was preparing for UPSC, so basically I was in Hyderabad at that particular time. I used to get up at 4:30. Okay, I used to get freshen up everything, and I used to attend a yoga class in RK Mat in Hyderabad. There's a yoga class which happens every day for 45 minutes. I used to go to the yoga school, come back, finish the meditation thing, 6:45 have my breakfast, 7 o'clock I used to start studying. 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock non-stop, maybe 15 minutes break I used to take for a tea or coffee break at 11 o'clock. 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock I used to study. After that, 2 o'clock stana madkondi, uta madkondi, again I have to go to the classes I have to attend. 3 o'clock class start actually. 3 to 5 was my optional class. After 5:30 to 9 o'clock it was my GS class. So this was there. From 9 o'clock again go back to the PG, have my dinner, freshen up a little bit. 9:30 to 11:30 I used to study. So approximately 9 to 10 hours I used to study in my non-class timings, and during the class timing obviously 5 to 6 hours of this. So this was there for the whole 1 year. For the whole 1 year. ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿ, this was not stopping. IPL ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, RCB ಸೋತೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ IPL was there, right? So never used to worry about all those particular, not knowing which movie was releasing, ಯಾವ political party ಬಿತ್ತು, ಏನಾಯಿತು, never worrying. Obviously you are reading the newspaper, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ glance ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, but as such not following anything. That was my best year. Though my results came little after, but I believe ಆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಏನು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, 10 hours of this and 6 hours. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ 6 hour ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 5 hour ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಸರ್ ಓದಿದಾಯ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಓದಿದ್ ನಾವು, ಇನ್ನೇನೋ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, 6 hour ಓದಿರಿ, ಇನ್ನೆಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ರೈಟ್? Now after this you will go back and tell how many hours you study, how many hours you study, honestly. Is there anyone who is studying above 5 hours apart from your classes? Is there anyone? How many hours you study? 4 hours. How many are following 4 hours? Except 2. ಯಾರು ಓದ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. What do you think? That you will pass without studying? Will you pass without studying? Is it even possible? It's not movie. 15 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. 15 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4 attempt ಅಂದ್ರೆ 4 ವರ್ಷ. So without studying, though you are not clearing this particular exam. After classes, see, I'll tell you, 15 to 20% is the guidance and the classes whatever you are taking, that will help you. The remaining time is your own time. You have to go back, revise everything, notes ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಬೇಕು. It will take time. Prelims ಆಗಿರೋದು, mains ಆಗಿರೋದು, interview ಆಗಿರೋದು, it will take significant amount of time. For example, if at all you are doing for UPSC, it will take a lot. See, mains how many subjects are there? 24 plus optional. 24 andre GS. In prelims how many are there? 7 are there, which includes current affairs also. Yes or no? So if at all, when you are studying your main subject, then your subject, if you are not able to finish in 1 year, how will you finish 24 subjects plus optional in 3 months? Is it practically possible? Even if you study 24 hours a day, it is impossible. So you have to do your mains the thing also and the prelims simultaneously. How many are giving 24 attempt for UPSC? 25? 25 many of them are giving. KPS obviously you have to attend because as sir was telling, it comes once in 5 years. If you want miss ಆಯ್ತು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 3-4 ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ UPSC ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಾದ ಮತ್ತೆ KPSC ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Obviously you have to write the KPSC this time. You don't have a choice. But 40 days ಅಲ್ಲಿ you can 100% clear your prelims. Because see, prelims to mains, in KPSC you have a little bit long time. In UPSC there's roughly 90 days, 3 months. But here you have a little extra time also because postponement will happen, something else will happen. So mains so you can prepare. So one maybe towards the end you will just remind me. So one I'll give you for the next 40-50 days for your KPSC. What should be the approach I will tell you. For UPSC, for those of you writing 2024, what is the approach in 2025? How you have to prepare. These 3 things I will tell you, have to remind me. Towards the end we will discuss that particular aspect, right? So in 40 days it's 100% to do your prelims cutting. But mains is a skill. And remember one thing, all these competitive exams, I personally, in my humble opinion, I feel that these exams are not about knowledge. These exams are not at all about knowledge. If at all knowledgeable ittu andre, they would have got a scholar to become a bureaucrat. Why will you people be, it will be open? They can make teachers, they are more knowledgeable than you people. They can take your IIT or NIT graduates, and they have already cleared the JEE ka thing. JEE, I think you are aware, right? JEE is also a very difficult exam. That's clear madidare. Why only it's open for everyone? And they are telling, is it because of knowledge? Yeah, 100% agree. 24 subjects optional. Idella bachelor master level vargu iradu. This is the 12th standard level. Prelims is the 12th standard level. But istalla odutidru you have read 10 times. Will people pass because of that? If it was because of the knowledge, many people would have cleared very long back, right? So it is not a knowledgeable game. It is a game of skills. These competitive exams are based on skills. Prelims is based on skills, mains is based on skills, interview is based on skills. Again, sir, what is this skills? What do you think is prelims is about? You have 2 hours, 100 questions. Similarly, you have 2 hours of CSAT or in KPSC paper 2. So 2 hours is 100 questions you are solving. So can you answer all the 100 questions by reading the book? Is it 10th standard or 12th standard that everything will come in the book? Can you clear? Have you seen the PYQs first of all? You have seen, can you pinpoint this question came from this book? Can you pinpoint this came from this newspaper? Can you pinpoint this came from this particular notes? No questions only, maximum 10 can be like that. 90 is what? Application based. You have to use your brain. See, at the end of the day, UPSC or KPSC, if you want to become a bureaucrat, you need brains. They are testing you, they are training you. See, training won't happen in Labasna. Labasna, you are aware of it, right? Many people's motivation, poster respondertira, photo, that will be a wallpaper as well, right? So that doesn't start there. It is in the exam itself. It is a skill, it's a test of you using your brains. How, sir? So for prelims, what all you need? 2 ಅವರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 1 ವರ್ಷ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಿಂದನೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಸರಿ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬರಲ್ಲ. Then how will you pass the exam? It is about in those 4 options you are articulating your thoughts. 4 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 6 ತಿಂಗಳ ಮುಂಚೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದಿ ಮೆಮೊರಿನ ವಾಪಸ್ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು you are going for that particular instinct. Yes or no? Few skills are there like elimination tricks. ಈ particular question ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So those are all the skills we should develop, and the most important is your stress management. For those of anyone who was given prelims, anytime, UPSC, KPSC, UPSC prelims. So 2 people will have given, and the remaining people adeno exam tane kodana anta. But those people who have given the prelims, 1 day munche nidde bandidda, 1 vara munche, how was your anxiety level, how was your mental health level? Forget about studying. Can you remain same? ಊಟ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದ? It won't happen because one ಪೂರ್ತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಓದಿರೋದು 2 hours ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ prelims. If you don't clear, 1 attempt gone, 1 year gone. So the stress level will be at the highest peak. So you won't get sleep, nothing will go inside, all the kind of diseases automatically will come. Prelims exam ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ರಾವತ್ತಿನ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ you will become normal. But ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಫೀವರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಜನ, right? So it's all because of the stress. So the biggest question is, how do you manage the stress? And this is not unique to 1 person or 2 person. It is unique to 80% of the aspirants. 80% of the aspirants do not get sleep before the prelims, including me. Even in the prelims which I get, I never used to get sleep because 2 hours will determine 1 year, no, right? Mains so there are 9 exams are there, 5 days is there, 1 paper sari illa, 1 question hoytu andre I have the remaining time. But here 2 hours hoytu andre 1 varsha purti hoytu. Whatever hard work is there, no one is going to ask you. Yes, books or revision madidra, no one will ask you. At the end, UPSC will see whether you cleared or not. Your parents or your family members, your parents can understand, but your family members, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, what they will do, one varsha kutkondu odnappa, enda bagda. That is the thing they will ask you. Yes or no? For those of you already given the attempt, this is the thing. Yes or no? So this thing will come. So stress management is the biggest skill you have to learn. Along with that, time management. 100 questions you have to solve in 2 hours, right? Roughly 2 hours you have to solve 100 questions. You have to read the paper 4 times. So roughly how many times you are reading the paper again? 400 questions you are doing in 2 hours. This is the skill. This particular skill you have to develop. Yes. And second important skill over there is newspaper is there, editorials is there, ishtondella ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. I think if at all anyone has started studying, quality ಓದಿರ್ತೀರ, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರ. ನೆನಪಿರ್ತಾ ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನೆನಪಿರ್ತಾ ಗವರ್ನರ, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟಾ, ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟಾ, ಈ ಕಮಿಟಿನಾ, ಆ ಕಮಿಟಿನಾ, CM ಅಥವಾ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್? Yes or no? So how will you do this particular problem? You have to find a solution, right? That is a skill. But just by revision it won't happen. Just by revision it won't happen. You have to find the the tricks ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. You have to find the ways for that particular thing, right? You have to make you can get shortcuts ತೆಗಿಬಹುದು. For example, one is a very simple schedules of your schedules of your constitution. I think you know that particular. It's a very common tiers of the whole PM. That's the most common thing. Like this, see these mnemonics you have to use in all the subjects. For example, if at all I have to ask you the left bank tributaries of Ganga, how will you tell? First of all, tributaries ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಗಂಗಾದು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. But in the question they specifically ask you left bank tributaries. In 2021 UPSC asked this particular question. Indus to 5 tributaries are there in geography, right? So which of the river directly joins Indus? The remaining 4. So it's like this. If Indus is coming like that, 4 tributaries, they go as a single river. One tributary join directly. Which particular river is this? Which particular river anta kelidru. So adu map nodidre you can know. If you remember, they'll ask you if let us say from Kohima to Kanyakumari, including the origin and destination states, how many states you covered, which is the minimum number of states. First of all, you are not seen the map, 100% in gothiralla. And second biggest question is Kohima ellide sir. First of all, Kanyakumari illa gotu, Kohima ellide sir. For those of you are aware, you are fine, but remaining of you Kohima na. First of all, you listen for the first time, many of the question marks are there on your thing. How many of you listening for the first time Kohima? So be sure which are the state capitals at least. If not all the cities, see in the newspaper those cities are very important. But state capitals it becomes very difficult. Manipur, Meghalaya, especially our 8 northeastern states, we should know. That is the favorite topic of UPSC. They will 100% ask 4 to 5 questions every year with respect to northeast. So that particular map reading should be so. So that is a very common thing. You have to stick a particular map. You have to keep on seeing that particular thing. That is a thing which I don't even have to tell you because historically already we should have done this, right? So map is one thing which you have to do. So main thing is skills. So how many papers are there? 9 papers. 2 are qualifying, 7 are. Everyone is aware, right? 7 is your merit based papers. Yes, 9 papers. Munchin time only, if at all you are writing, because that time prelims was a major thing. Ivaga prelims people are clearing. Mains is one thing which people are not clearing. Why? Because quality and quantity is checked in your UPSC. 9 papers, 7 papers are for your merit, and each paper, I think you are aware, right? 9 to 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, like this 5 days. Continuously exam is there. You have to write 4,500 words in that particular paper, one paper. So roughly how many, you do your CSAT. So how many for your 3 hours paper means 1,500 divided by 60, how much? Roughly around 25 words. 25 words you have to write in a single minute. 25 words. Sir, sir, this word, sir, how will you write 25 words? And you are not randomly writing. You have to think, first of all, understand the question, think what you are writing, write the quality. Because paper completion, so at least majority, let us say 15,000 only, at least some, 10,000 people will finish the paper. 5,000 people cannot cannot complete that particular paper. But complete early, quality paradra maata you are in the 3K, where you get the interview call. Otherwise, sigala. So quality plus quantity. Adra madhya you have to draw maps, you have to draw graph, you have to make drawings. For example, this particular GS3 paper, everyone is aware of Chandrayaan 3, right? More information goes sir. ISRO madadru. We are the first Indian nation which we did. Then South Pole. Okay, South Pole on the South Pole important thing on the work. In UPSC, what did they ask? Which are the ground station which is supporting your Chandrayaan 3? Draw that particular figure which is happening on that. This was a JS3 paper this year. He wrote this in your mains thing. It was a 5 lines based question about Chandrayaan 3. Even in my interview also, they asked me exact date when Chandrayaan was launched. When was it? July. Sure, it's in July. First of all, month is wrong. You have to get the date correct because your Prime Minister has announced it as a particular day. They asked me in the interview, sir, Chandrayaan last version, sir. Sir, this version an interview kottiddu, sir. March an interview kottiddu. Still they asked me, sir. So you should know the pinpoint information about this particular thing. Interview ಏನು skills, sir? The way you speak, the way you communicate, articulation. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ prepare ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ. 5 ಜನ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. If they ask you those particular questions which you are not prepared means, if they ask you those things, first confidence untoyta, you cannot even answer after that particular thing. And the way your body language is there, the way you are speaking, articulation of thoughts, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ತರ್ತೇವೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಮೈ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. So you don't have to Google or do all this particular thing. Within hardly or 2 seconds to answer. Immediately you have to answer. You cannot tell wait sir. Wait sir. You cannot do all this. 2 seconds ashte. 2 seconds al answer ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. In those 2 seconds and you have roughly 35 seconds. 35 seconds is the best answer you have to give. What will you do for your water crisis in Bangalore? Anyone has a solution? Think like a bureaucrat. Don't think like an aspirant. What is the solution? Water crisis. ನೀರು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, water tanker ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. Is that the solution? Giving free water is a solution. Rainwater harvesting can it be done in 1 month? When the rain comes, the water harvesting will happen. So what a bureaucrat does is it's always 2 times solution. One is a short term, second is a long term. Long term, as she mentioned, you can do rainwater harvesting. Short term, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Don't just think about government and people. Think about companies. Think about the different the characters who's there in that particular city. Think about it. What can you do?
Reusing the water.
Reusing the water. Where you use?
Can use the same water for washing their hands.
Okay, some of the restaurants have done it, so you can mention it then.
So water flow ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ they use something for the tap.
Water flow?
ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. Okay.
ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಕಡಿಮೆ
water. Okay. Thinning of the water flow. Then?
Water intensive industries.
You will stop all those industries.
No.
What about the investment? You cannot do anti-business things, right? It is strictly what a bureaucrat doesn't do. Because industry and where will employment will come. So these are all extreme things. You cannot do that. It's not practical. Then what else you can do? ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ already ನನಗೆ 3-4 question ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋರು 1-2 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ. In 30 seconds you have to answer. So these are the skills which I'm talking about. Prelims is a skill-based exam, means it's a skill-based exam, interview is a skill-based exam. A person who has read 10 times Lakshmikant, that person there's no guarantee will pass the exam. But a person who has read 2 times Lakshmikant but develop these skills, he has a very high chance of passing your prelims or mains for that particular matter, right? And one more thing, you have to understand, rather than knowing what to do, the most important part is knowing what not to do. 90% is about knowing what not to do. 10% is about knowing what to do. ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ನೀವು 4 ಅವರ್ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು 5 ಅವರ್ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ, ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು, ಅವನೇನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತಾನೆ. ಈಲ್ಗಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಮ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಟಾಪರ್ಸು ಹಳೆ ಟಾಪರ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಈ ಒಂದು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. ನೀವು ಬುಕ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಶಾಪ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ತೆ ಯಾವ ಆಥರ್ ನಡೀತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ 1 more author. So at the end of the day, you will become book collectors rather than district collectors. And you will not even read even one time all those particular books. How many by Yojana Kurukshetra and keep it and put it to the party wala? How many of you do? Hey, Yojana Kurukshetra wala UPSC hinga agade, KPSC hinga agade. How many of you do? I have never had Yojana Kurukshetra in my exam. Never. I mean, it is definitely one of the best things. But see the cost benefit ratio, no? Rather than doing this particular test series or the books, if I'm reading Yojana Kurukshetra, it itself kills my 24 hours. So that is roughly equal to 2 days. Right? It's killing my 2 days means otherwise I So you have to know what not to do, what to do. Right? And see, remember, for everyone the strategy will be different. For me it will be different, for one more person it will be different. For you also, you cannot copy paste one strategy. It is not possible. Your IQ level is different, my IQ level is different. You come from a different background, I come from a different background. Nandu one strength irthe, nimdu one strength irthe. Nimdu one weakness irthe, nandu one weakness irthe. So there is no copy paste of strategy for any person. Not just me, you cannot copy paste any particular person. Not just you can't even do your friends also. It is your own individual thing, right? So now in a brief time, roughly in 1 hour. So what I have thought is, what do you want to want from me? One, I'll have a question answer session for the last 20 minutes. That thing is there, and I think I'll tell you the next 50 days the strategy also. But what exactly you want to tell? You want from me? You want prelim sources?
Where did you inculcate those skills?
Where did I inculcate? This we'll discuss in question answer session. Prelims ಅಲ್ಲಿ book list ಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ CSAT ಬೇಕಾ? You need the book list part, or you need to know how to do analysis of paper. That is the second stage, right? So what are the do's and what are the don'ts of your UPSC exam? What do you want? Do's and don'ts. First don'ts, not do's. Okay, let us see this some do's and don'ts for your exam. It is better you make the notes or something, because I'm 100% sure ನಾಡಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ಇವಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇದೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. Which I want to mention. So first one, it can be in a do only. Having the correct guidance. See, remember one thing, without a teacher or a mentor, not just UPSC, not just KPSC, anywhere in your life, without a guru, even that particular era, Arjun or Karna, without a guru, they themselves were not able to excel. So it applies even in your Kaliyuga also. In any field if you want to go, you do not have the correct guidance, you don't have a proper teacher or a mentor. Mentor is the word if I want to use. Mentor, it becomes very difficult. So you came, have you gone to this? Any mall is there in Mysore? Tell me, I'm not aware. Mall. Okay, mall of Mysore, she told. So entry one though, this is your mall of Mysore. This will be the entry? Yes? This will be, let us say, terrace. So this entry gate is there, that is your prelims exam. Chikkudu, syllabus chikkudu, in your, say what you call, the hard work is less, the skills required is less, everything is less. But jana tumba kudunde. Where is this mall of Mysore? Okay, let us say, I don't know which area, let us say this is MG Road. Okay, MG Road I know here. It will be very crowded. Poor MG Road, jana idare, everyone want to enter here. Okay, this whole building is your meals. This is your interview. So you'll open andre, it's a very small, it's a gateway only. But everyone wants to get in here, right? So that is why, let us say in UPSC, out of 25 lakh people, only 15k people write the mains, because ashte the capacity is right? Once you enter, there will be that elevator. Before that stairs was there. Now I want to have to use elevator. Somewhere there will be lift. Somewhere elevator will be there. Somewhere your stairs are there. Stairs is like complete self-study. Complete self-study. This, your what you call elevator is like a guidance. It's like a guidance. But this lift is there, is one mentor who will be standing behind you. What he does is, from your first to fifth floor, he will get you. In the sense, not he will pick you, he will tell you what not to do. He will avoid the mistakes. Because he knows the mistakes. So he will not let you do the mistakes. Right? So that is the best example I can give you. What is the role of your mentor? I'm not telling these two people cannot clear. But ಮೆಟ್ಲು ಹತ್ತಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹತ್ತದ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. So it will take a lot of time. If it is completely self-study, a lot of time. This particular case, maybe medium time, but this is the easiest way, right? So any particular thing, you need to have this particular mentor. Without him, not just for academic reasons, for your mental reasons, for your emotional reasons, for your financial reasons, you need a particular person. Breakup ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಾ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಇವ್ರು ಇನ್ನೂ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕಪ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ. Who will you tell? A particular person who will not judge you. If you are telling a particular person who will judge you, you know that's even more mental trauma. Yes or no? So who will you tell? To psychologist. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 500 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸೆಷನ್ಗೆ. But for a mentor, he will be there always with you. Yes or no? So search for this particular mentor. First dot which I want to mention, being perfectionist. Being perfectionist. What is this, sir? Being perfectionist. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸೇ ಗವರ್ನರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗವರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರನ್ನೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಹೋದ್ರಿ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, 1% ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾಲಿಟಿ, ಯು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್. For one small person, you spend let us say 5 hours means, when you do the remaining 99.9%, when you do the remaining subjects, are you understanding? ಒಂದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಡೌಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ. ಡನ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಯು ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನಿಸ್ಟ್. UPSC syllabus is one thing which cannot be completed even in 5 years. It can never be completed even in 5 years. So don't becoming perfectionist. What is the maximum percentage of marks UPSC AIR 1 gets? So the last time Anudeep Duri said in 2017, the last 78 history, 47.85% is his marks. So anyone is asking you to become 85%, 90% wala, you can't even become. Even if you want, you cannot even become. Right? So don't try to be a perfectionist in this particular exam. Right? Next is not solving or solving the papers. Let us say mocks papers. The prelims agirode, mains agirode, you have to give enough of test. For example, this prelims is there now. In the last 2-3 years, CSAT ka role has become very much important. I think you are aware. So last year 2023 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 27 lakh people who applied, 78,000 cleared paper 2 CSAT. Remaining people didn't even clear CSAT. If your CSAT is not cleared, your paper will check agala. You are aware of this, right? 78,000, and out of which 15k wrote your mains, and that's why the cutoff came to 75. Never in the history, the cutoff has directly come down from 87 to 75, 12 marks reduction. Never in the history of UPSC it has come down. So when this is happening, paper 2 is very important. Yes or no? CSAT is very much important. So you have to solve your mocks, and this mocks is prelims exam is not about knowledge, it's not about anything. Cycling ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, will you read how to do cycling? Can anyone tell you how to do cycling? Can anyone explain you? Yaro explain how to do cycling or swimming? What is required in cycling or swimming? It's that knack. Once you will never forget. You will never forget. So some people can 20 marks ಬರದ ತಕ್ಷಣ that knack ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವರು 50 ಪೇಪರ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವರು 100 ಪೇಪರ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೂ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. Are you understanding? So ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ IQ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ you have to start one day, right? 20 ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 50 ಹೋಗಲೇಬೇಕು, 50 ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 ಹೋಗಲೇಬೇಕು. But you have to, if at all you're not getting the knack, you cannot clear prelims. And once you clear that particular, get that knack, you'll be clearing the prelims. One skill is tick has been done to that particular list. Mains exam separately will come. So you have to give enough number of marks. That's the most important thing. In your right now, looking at the current situation of the exam, looking at the competition, roughly 40 to 50 is the minimum. 40 to 50 is the minimum number of marks you have to give to have enough confidence on the exam day. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult, right? So 40 to 50. Then next, if at all I have to mention the do's or don'ts. Not studying consistently. What is the meaning of this? One ದಿನ ಫುಲ್ ಜೋಶ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 12th ಫೇಲ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ನೀನು ಬ್ಯೂರೋಕ್ರಾಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, AS IPS ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಫುಲ್ ಜೋಶ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 2-3 ದಿನ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, 10 ಅವರ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, 12 ಅವರ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, 15 ಅವರ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಓದೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So what will happen to the break? See, always there is something called Biology of Success. It's a beautiful book, okay? ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಓದಿ. In this Biology of Success, with respect to the academic part, they tell brain capacity ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ 3-4 days ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬರೋದು, ದಟ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಸಿಗೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಪುಟ್ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಗೇರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಗಾಡಿ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೇರ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಗೇರ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಿಂದ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. 3-4 ದಿನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ 12-15 ಅವರ್ ಹೋದ್ರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ರೀಚ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಗತಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೀಡ್ 12 hours per day. ಡೋಂಟ್ 10 hours ಬೇಡ, ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 8 hours ಓದೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. How many of you are working professionals? Remaining end of? How many are still in college? In a Migdoralla? Voluntarily unemployed. Voluntarily unemployed. So for those people who are working, at least you have to get down 6 hours. That is like a bare minimum you have to do. You know, those people who are college, the same thing goes 6 hours. You have to get it somehow or the other. The remaining people, 8 hours if you are not able to get it. That is means, you know, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ, people who are supporting you, you are not doing justice to them. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೆಲಸ ನಿಮಗೆ? 24 ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ 7 hour ಇಂದ 8 hour ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ what will you do remaining 16 hours? 4 hours class will be roughly, I don't know how many hours. 4 hours? 2 hours how many? Full day. How many hours? Oh, you people have the complete subjects, right? Okay. If you have a complete subject, then 7 hours will go in it. Remaining 9 hours, what will you do? Sir, traveling ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಸರಿ ಅಪ್ಪ 2 hour ಹೋಯ್ತು. Remaining 5 to 6 hours can't you get out apart from your classes? You have to take it out, right? Otherwise how will you do? See, ಇವಾಗ ನೀವೇ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. If at all, you know, you are clearing the exam just by reading the notes. ಓಡರಾದಿಂದ ನಗರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೋಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. I even wanted Delhi, ಓವರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕರೋಲ್ ಬಾಗ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಟ್ಯೂಸ್ಡೇ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಟ್ಯೂಸ್ಡೇ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೋಡ್ ಇದೆ, ವೇರ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಟಾಪರ್ಸ್ ದ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೆಜಿ ಗಟ್ಟಲೆ, ಕೆಜಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೆರಾಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತಗೋತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ 12 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಜಿ, 12 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಜಿ. ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಬೈ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಅದರ್ಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಎನಿವನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಟೂರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ವಾರ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್? Can never happen. Not in any exam. Forget about UPSC or KPSC. Any exam you cannot do that. It is your own notes always. Simple way helbeku andre, if at all you want to eat, let us say some chitrana, because yesterday night I ate chitrana. So you want to eat chitrana, you know to make the best chitrana. But if you are dependent on someone else, ಅವರು ಏನು ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. So always try to get your own notes. It may be any subject at any stage or any exam. Your own notes is the mantra. If you are reading others' notes, for example, I make my history notes, right? So nandu yaro there hogtidare. For example, what happened on 23rd March? This is a significant event. 4 events has happened in modern history. Best answers are modern history class agilla. Shahid Divas, where Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were, what mattered basically. They call it hang, but we call them martyred, right? So 23rd March. Ee dina nanu yavattu mariyake sadhya illa. So I will not even writing my notes. Yes or no? I will not be writing my notes. But if she is reading my notes, she will think I have written everything. She will read every my notes. Exam 23rd March ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And what will she do? ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಓದಿದ್ದೆ, ಏನು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. Are you understanding? A person who is making notes on their own understanding or ಏನು ಎಷ್ಟು strength weakness ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ notes ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Other basis, if you are dependent, and how will you people do? You have to make your own notes, and making notes will take time. See, now you are all young, you can put in energy, everything. The biggest distraction is your mobile phone. Otherwise, YouTube, what is that? Shorts only, no? Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. That is the biggest time waster. ಮುಂಚೆ videos ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗಿಲ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ 30 seconds ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಯಾವಾಗ 2 hour ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. That is the biggest killer for you. So avoid all this particular thing. You have to put in the energy. Some other day, if at all I take the class now, I discuss more about this biology of success, how the dopamine works. I will tell you, why, because of the people, your own gadgets, how you are spoiling your whole life. To tell you in a very brief way, who introduced this TikTok? TikTok is someone, now it is banned in India, but who introduced? Said to me, China? Yes. So TikTok is banned in India. It's banned in Nepal, but US and all it's there. UK is there, Australia is there. You know your France is there, Germany is there. What are the people doing after 14 years, less than 30 years? Making reels. One ಕೋಟಿಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನಂತ ಇನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಕದವ್ರು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. They are making it. The whole youth is getting killed. Yes or no? The time is getting killed, skills is getting killed, everything. In China, TikTok is completely banned. It's completely banned. No one can use it. No one has access also. It's a Chinese-based company. So this is a bigger conspiracy where China understands that if we kill the youth of the other countries and if we ever ask, are you? Automatically ದೇಶ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. And ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿಲ್ಲ. People randomly they are using it, in the name of making money or in the name of entertainment. Are you understanding? This is a conspiracy. Don't think whatever you are sitting here, ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, it is happening because of your own choice. There are much more bigger conspiracies behind this. If at all, I take the IR class, that will be the most interesting class because part of ಬೇರೆ, I tell you the few realities also. IR is a one beautiful subject, right? So anyway, consistently you have to study 6 hours. Daily you put in that particular time, but ದಿನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, right? Third thing, mastering the craft. You understand what is a craft? And mastering the craft means, what is it? So if you see Arjuna, what was he? Archer. Dronacharya taught him, everything was done. But after a point, blindly used to pull that particular arrow. Virat Kohli, Ronaldo, will anyone teach them how to make centuries? Can anyone explain that? They know it. They are the masters of it. Yes or no? Let us say your Shah Rukh Khan is there. He is a master of his own craft. Yes or no? So for every field there is a craft. Adana master ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Once you master, you yourself don't know how things are happening. In this exam also there is a master. Mastering the craft is there. Prelims ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is a particular method where without studying, without revision, obviously ಒಂದು benchmark ಬೇಕು. Don't think ಏನು ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಮೂರು ಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಓದಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ it is that particular craft. If you learn that particular craft, ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ prelims you clear. If at all you learn the same craft for what is required for means, you clear things. It's a craft. See, I know people, I know my friend, actually classmate, he has given 5 attempts, 5 mains in UPSC. Okay, 5 mains and 4 interviews. Still not in the list. Still not in the list. Yake andre short by 20-25 marks from the final cutoff. 5 years andre 6 ವರ್ಷ ಓದಬೇಕು. 5 mains, 4 interviews. So you are so near to the final thing, you are still not getting it. You know what is that particular pain? Do you know what is pain? Not a girl is not talking or a boy has done this. Adalla pain. Not getting this particular pocket money for watching this movie. Yavado movie agada adalla pain. That is not at all pain. Have you ever experienced failure in your life? Proper failure, not failure like yavado one NFS game ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ failed mission ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Not those. Real failure. Have you ever seen? And that happens now. Trust me, Malikond, every night when you are sleeping, you literally find the weight over here on your chest. You won't sleep ಬರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಊಟ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. Some of you can do binge eating. You understand binge eating? Whatever ಏನೇನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ತಿಂತೀರಾ, ಜಂಕು. You are fighting with everyone. Stress, disappointment, failure will be a lot. Failure is very painful. It is very, very painful. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಜನ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವು ಜನ ತುಂಬಾ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. Okay, so it will take that disappointments, failures ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. So that is why I tell, ಈ ಓದೋದು 6 hour ಓದೋದು, ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, that is very easy. But the day you don't clear, it is very, very painful. You will always have that regret. And the worst thing will be, the same 2 people are there, in the next 2 years you will become IAS, one person will not become. How will you feel? You will feel the most shittiest. The most shittiest. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಟೀ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, and one person is the IAS, and you are like, let us say, you are somewhere employed. IAS has its own power, the dignity, I think you are aware, I don't have to mention it. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆ regret ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. And that regret is very worst in your life. ಇವಾಗ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. You have your studies in your hand, financial, hopefully almost every, why you are sitting, only because your financial stability is there, you are sitting here. Otherwise, why would you sit here? So that is there, people are supporting you, everyone is cheering. First attempt everyone cheers. That yes, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ, ನಂಬೋತಿರೋರು IAS IPS ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅರ್ಧಕ್ಕಂತ ಜನ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ 4-5 ಜನ ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. 3-4 ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಬ್ರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲಿಟರಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೋನ್ಲಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ whenever it is there in your hand, study. This is the best time for you people to study. After this, responsibilities take over. ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಓದಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. The worst thing, what is the worst combination? When you get the opportunity, but you are not prepared. If you are prepared, wait for it. For example, if I have to tell you brief about my journey of UPSC, as I was telling, so this was my 5th attempt with respect to UPSC. So in the first year I told you it was in Hyderabad. Though I was studying like this, I was lost, cut off by 7-8 marks in prelims. I lost that particular thing. Second, sufficient, I got 120 plus in prelims, I wrote my mains. But the problem was, this was a COVID year, so it extended by 3 months, postponed the exam. Ille, almost I was studying for 10 hours. In this particular second year, I was in home only. I was studying from home only, so every day I was studying minimum for 9 hours. Some days it goes to 12 hours, 15 hours and all. But even when the days when I used to have, not feeling well or anything, 9 hours in the kammi avuttu hogtiliಲ್ಲ. All this was doing, so I was saturated by studying. So when the mains, prelims result came, roughly 90 days is there. 40 days nange ಓದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, because I was completely saturated. Remaining 50 days I wrote the mains, but I didn't clear because I was short by 25 marks from the the cutoff. Third, when I was doing that particular thing, again I've done everything with respect to what is required for the exam, study wise agirbodu, notes wise agirbodu, test series wise, everything I've done. Third, prelims comes, and that was your 2021 year. So 2021, people who are aware, CSAT was a game changer that particular year, and they started introducing this pair based questions. So I was lost the prelims by 0.8 marks. Fourth attempt came, somehow pushing all this thing. I'm telling you, less than 40 seconds, 4 attempts. Same thing happens in movies also. Okay, so fourth attempt came. Paper 1 I got 128, and the cutoff was roughly 87. So almost 40 marks different. Aram se first cutoff agade anta kutondittu. But paper 2, I was telling everyone that this time CSAT will be more difficult anta. And I was writing, again since why I mentioned that invigilator means in my CSAT exam, that person came next to me. He spoke for 10 minutes. He spoiled my concentration. I don't want to blame anyone, but I'm just telling that will have an impact. So I started panicking. Usually I was very comfortable in CSAT. Last 3 attempts I was getting 100 plus aram se. So this time I started panicking in the end. So what I did, I started marking everything, and sufficiently I attempted 60 questions. Attending 50 or 60 is the big task in UPSC. Sufficiently I was attempting. I just attended 40. So towards the last 20 minutes, started panicking, started marking whatever I was feeling in English comprehension. So my marks was, out of 28 comprehensions, 9 I got correct, 9 I got wrong. 10 comprehensions were there. This ellargu fix agide, ella institutes answer ki tagidru ellargu gottittu. But 10 questions were disputed. 3 institutes were telling this is the option, 3 institutes were telling this is the option, few of them were telling this is the option. It was a disputed thing. In 10 I just wanted one correct. One comprehension correct, I'll be in the list. 1 2 correct again. What I mean to say is, when luck doesn't favor you, doesn't go your way, no. Even if it is very close, things will not be happening. So, one to correct agilla, lost the cutoff by 0.4 marks. Now imagine, 4.5 years I studied, whatever is required for this exam, with respect to notes, test series, prelims, mains preparation, everything I have done. 4 years, voluntary unemployment has happened. And at the same time, there was slightly, a financial crunch in the family also. So I was not dependent on them. One of my teachers asked, why I tell mentor means one of the teachers actually support me financially. He was giving me monthly this much money, and that is how I was surviving for 2 years. And since my home is little far from the library, I was staying in my cousin sister's home also. Idella madkondi, and at the same time, you don't this ligament tear. That particular tear happens right in the knee. So my mom had actually got this in 2021. Because I was not able to afford for the treatment, 2.5 years. People who know ligament tear, it's very painful. You can't even sit. 2.5 years, she took that particular way. I am the single child. So imagine myself, what state I'll be, being the single child, not able to do the responsibility. At that particular day, avatin dinake I was a bad son. Because I became selfish and chose the exam rather than taking up the responsibilities. Ivatin dinake everyone telling my parents that you are the luckiest parents, everything. But that day almost obviously no one told me directly, but many people indirectly I was hearing all this particular thing. So nothing is happening working in terms of academics, voluntarily unemployed, financial crunch, this thing is there, right? Imagine after 4 years what is my mental health. So along with the friends and other relations also, it was very much spoiling. It has become a really toxic relations. So at that particular time, 2022, that was my lowest point, in the till now. That was like the lowest point where nothing is working out. So you can imagine where I'll be, what I'll be doing. So avatin dina, I just decided, avatin dina I promised myself, from now on, whatever is required for this exam. Actually, avatin dina I had read that particular book next day after the result, 21st June 2022, that was the prelims result day. The next day I read this particular book called Strangest Secret of Success. So in this book, it's the book by Earl Nightingale, he actually tells, in that particular book it tells, that day from frustration, disappointment, failure, you remove your concentration from here and start concentrating on things will start working. You will go with the flow, whatever is required for your dream you want to do. And in meantime also, I have to mention that also. So 15 of our friends started this particular preparation from college days only. 2 of them got married, so they left the preparation and all. And the remaining 13 only, 12 of them got state exams, bank, railways, they started getting job. You know that peer pressure when people are getting job with you and you are studying in general level for 8 hours with nothing. You know what is it, right? So this was happening, obviously, and that I was always clear that the best way to get your plan A is to kill all your plan B. Is to kill all your plan Bs. Because there is no cushion means, if you are going down, it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell. Cushion is put okay fine, it's okay, I'll settle for something, below or relatively low, you will settle out. But when you don't have anything, what will you do? Right? So 2022 I started working, preparation wise I was completely prepared for the exam. I was prepared, I just wanted an opportunity to write the mains. Once I get the opportunity, I am 100% sure that is my game. That is my game and then I am good. But opportunity is still first time I wrote my mains, that was the opportunity given, but I was not prepared that well with respect to the optional and all. So I lost the cutoff by 25 days and I didn't study the 40 days. But second time I got opportunity still and all this thing is happening. So I had to motivate myself, started working, got a little financially stable, cleared off my own debts, started supporting, got my mom operated with respect to this. So slightly became, I was full to crumble out. One by one I started, decrumbling that particular part. And after that, this particular prelims came. So this time, the paper, I think people have seen or written the prelims, usually pair-based questions. So, the pair-based questions, right? So, munche 5 bartittu ashte and elimination madbekadre numbers irtittu. Ee varsha 54 pair-based came. Elimination 0 questions. So it is like, nandu range marks banbitte 70 to 85 varaku bartittu, and previous experience tell me in my third attempt 95 sikki because the 0.8 marks I didn't clear. 95 marks ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ನಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ವಾಟ್ ಹೋಪ್ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ಸೊ ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಂಗ್ಳೂರ್, ನೇತ್ರಾವತಿ ಪೀಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಜೆರಿ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಪುಣ್ಯಗಿರಿ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ದಿನ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಘಟ್ಟಾದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಏನಕ್ಕೇನು ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. And one Sunday evening I had come to Bangalore back, and Monday morning the result came. Someone called, I was lost hope over there. Prelims igo agala anta. Someone called me, they told okay fine you clear prelims anta. I promised myself that time. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ರಿಗ್ರೆಟ್ ಬೇಡ, ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಇದು ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಗ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. I will take enough number of test series, I will write enough number of tests. I have written almost 20 GS tests and 12 optional tests and 17 essay tests. Whatever is required I do for this exam. Even on the exam day, first mains ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 10 km drive ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು driving obviously you get little bit or at least physically you're not a ಬಾಹುಬಲಿ, ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾಹುಬಲಿನೂ ಟುಸ್ಪಟಾಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ. People have written the mains, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಪೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. And the pain is that bad, I used to actually take painkillers also between the exam. Spray bottle painkillers ತಗೊಂಡೆ exam ಬರೀತಿದ್ದು. And everyone does this, not only me. Just that you people don't know because people who write them here, they know all this particular tricks. You people don't know because I told you. You have to do it because work ಆಗಲ್ಲ. One point ಬಂದಾಗ fifth exam when I was writing, it stopped moving. Pain ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ numb ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. It won't move. So I just kept over there, stamped myself so that blood flow goes inside and I start doing it. Then I completed the paper. I promised myself and Because of the experience of driving and all, what I did this means was exam center ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. Directly go there after exam, go to the hotel, fresh up, sleep. Sleep means half an hour, take a nap, take painkillers, eat properly, do revision for half an hour, go for the exam. This for the next 5 days. And I went to Delhi for the interview preparation, because interview preparation ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ you need to meet bureaucrats. Bureaucrats, see, one IAS officer actually had given me a trick. Interview is like a 50-ball match, cricket match. Not every ball you can hit 6. Some ball you need to duck, some ball you take single, some ball you need to take not doubles. Okay, only few balls you get where you can hit a 6 or a 4. A ball bandaga, if you miss it now, your interview goes bad. But a bandaga if you hit 6, 20 goes really well. So you have to play, you have to be wait for that particular 4, 5, 6s. I'm talking about Rahul Dravid Zamana, not Rishabh Pant Zamana where every ball is hit for a 6. Talking about Rahul Dravid Zamana. Some 3, 4 balls just a 6 padivel, right? So this happened and my interview also went there, and fortunately by blessings of people and prayers of people, this thing outcome. Yen sir, you have studied Karl Marx, you have studied Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. How are you telling God and all? You have studied science, quantum mechanics, sir. How can you believe in God, sir? You people getting frustrated. हम 6 साल से यही कर रहे हैं. 5 attempt, 4 failure. Okay, we know after doing everything, some external divine interference is required. It is required at one point. Okay, when that comes now, some people call it luck, I call it God's blessing. Some people call it quantum mechanics. Whatever you want to call, at one point that has to work out for you. It has to work out for you. If it is not working out, you forget about exam. Not just UPSC or KPSC, even anywhere in life also that won't get clicked. It's a fact. Your people are young, you people are not that much mature or experienced, but sooner or later you will realize this, that you need a divine intervention for doing this. Irrespective of which God or whatever form it is, you need one important thing. So avatin dinake you also start believing, because you have seen that Virat Kohli's video that it is a starting early, tumhe lagta hai main puja path karne wala hu, continuously does that era of 2014, 15, 16. Continuous ducks, not getting runs, anything. People are blaming Anushka for coming to the match. Nothing is working out. You remember that video? So after that, he visits all these particular places and things starts working. Then in the finally it tells, "Tum kitna bhi haath pair hila do." Till then it comes from there, nothing is going to work out, and that's a fact. Even I was, for a brief period of time, I become atheist. Questioning everything. How come this works? How come this doesn't work? Because Karl Marx was there. He was my inspiration in the first year. Then I realized Swami Vivekananda only works here rather than Karl Marx. Okay. So anyway, that was with respect to my journey. So what else you want to tell me? I have told you 3 do's and 3 don'ts. Then you want a prelims list. You want prelims list? See, there are basic books. Prelims ke yavudu notes madbekagiಲ್ಲ. Prelims, because Lakshmikant is a 2015 officer. It is his known note which is printed. Notes the note, what will you make? Can you make modern history? Who is written? Rajiv Ali. He is an IPS officer. It is a notes. Can you make notes ka notes? No, you cannot make notes ka notes. Adrallu notes ತೆಗಿತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಛೀ ಥೂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ if some encyclopedia ದೊಡ್ಡ book na summary ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಟಾಯಿಗ ನಡೆದ notes people want. But mains ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ notes ಇರಬೇಕು, because ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is no standard source. You have to read 3-4 sources, then compile everything and make your own notes. But for prelims, no need to make notes for anything except obviously current affairs. That is not mentioned. So for your basic quality is your Lakshmikant. I'll not write it, you just note down. Basic is your Lakshmikant. Don't mean that thing, oh no sir, I'll read B.S. Guha also. Lakshmikant himself didn't mention B.S. Guha, that's why he wrote Lakshmikant book. Okay, so don't read multiple sources, one standard source which is Lakshmikant. That's like the Bible or Gita or the Quran, whatever you want to call it. That is only, beyond, nothing is there in quality. Okay, that is there for quality as well. But that thing is, every line, every word is important. You miss one line, you lose it. Every line, every word. There is a difference between President may and President can. Difference is there. What is the difference? What is the Lakshmikant? Quality class agite tan heli. ಏನು difference? President may, President can. ಏನು ಸರಿ ಎರಡು different ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
meter power is may.
Can?
Can is
Actually, Kannadali, if you want to translate, ಎರಡು ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇರೋದು. But English there are different changes.
The can is something that they have to, it is like a binding they have to perform. May is like it is left to them.
Not is must.
Must is you don't have another binding is must.
Binding go another choice, so same thing.
Binding and must is same. And can come somewhere like you are obligated to.
So I can close the door. That means what? I can and cannot. But must means I have obligations. Right? But may and then? Ask your quality teacher, sir, what is the difference there? Then you will call me, sir, why are you telling me? There is a difference over these three things. Figure it out. Okay, but Lakshmi Kantali, prati line, prati word is important. There is no one page or one paragraph highlight mode. Chapter mugdide sir, nothing. Parliament will take 4 hours to study. It will take. You cannot skip Parliament any line. And our time only 4 to 5 revisions we have to do. If you are able to do, Lakshmi Kant quality will be strong. Okay, how many people like quality? For those of you who like quality, nothing special. Nothing special. People who are serious for this particular exam, their strength is history, polity and geography. Nothing special. But those people beyond these 3 subjects, in and more yaar to favorite agutalla, they clear the exam. There is no choice for you. You have to quality gottilla ninge gottilla, right? Every serious aspirant knows their favorite is polity. Polity, history, geography is something I can understand. Economics. I can understand that economics is like the Greek and Latin for some of you here. I know it. So anyway, so Lakshmikant is there for your quality. Modern history, either you can read Spectrum or Bipin Chandra. Any one book. Kate artha avekaste. For your ancient medieval, if you know the story, if you attended the class, only then. You know this book called Lucent GK?
Yes.
Lucent GK is starting 80 pages, so it's about ancient medieval. Not read the modern part. Ancient medieval only. Those 80 pages. Aste. But here also, every word you have to know by heart. Ancient medieval is the only subject which I tell you how to by heart. Okay, you have to by heart that particular part. If you don't know the story, ಇದು ಯಾರು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ actually. ಸರ್ ಕಥೆ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್? Then read NCERT. NCERT ಓದಿ ಕಥೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, then read this. NCERT ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಇದರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. So 2018 ಇಂದನೇ started ಆಗಿ ancient medieval. Before that 2013 ವರೆಗೂ ಕೇಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. 5 years there was a drop period for ancient medieval. So ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ out of 10 at least you will be able to answer 6. 4 no one knows. No one knows. Even you Google alone confuse ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. Literally when you do the prelims, the paper ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ you googling it no. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ exam comes everyone tells oh ಇದರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ. But starting ಅಲ್ಲಿ you won't even find in the Britannica encyclopedia. It's very difficult to find the source of it. Okay, so Lucent GK is for ancient medieval. Culture you can see Nitin Singhani. That is decent. But nothing will come. That's it. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಥೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ, ಆಂಧ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ. there's a difference between culture between Andhra and Karnataka. ತಮಿಳುನಾಡು ಕೇರಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಂದ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ವಿತೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ 100% cannot solve. ಬಟ್ ನೋ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್. ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಮೇ ಸಾಲ್ವ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ಯು ಮೇ ಸಾಲ್ವ್. ಓಕೆ, so art and culture, Nitin Singhani you can read. Geography obviously 11th and 12th NCERT. Don't read human geography, nothing will come. And if you don't know human geography without even reading it, what are you doing? Don't you know transportation? Don't you know agriculture? Don't you know industries? Don't you know population? Don't you know migration? ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮೈಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ವೆರಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಡಿ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್. Otherwise 11th and 12th physical geography, that's it, more than enough. Some people are finding difficulty in geography. How many find? For those people, contact my, tell you one source. Okay, the remaining people don't have any problem. Even ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, I'll tell you one shortcut. Geomorphology part is there now. That is the most difficult part of geography. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ GC Leong book you know right? Only the geomorphology part, only the names. Names and what is it in one liner. Either you mark it on the book or you make it in a 2 pages ka sheet. Enough. If you're able to do this, that's fine for geography. Then what else is that? Economics, there is no standard source. There is no standard book. There is no standard book. Obru ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So you have to find your own thing. But what we call right now in the market, I think Mrunal sir ka thing is in the decent. So Mrunal sir ka notes you can take. That's the most decent one. I cannot tell the best, but it's the most decent one. Okay. So if you're able to understand, that's perfectly fine. Right? So then what else is there? Obviously I have few few things I have obligations. I cannot go there. If this was not there, multiple things would have to do it. But if it is going there, I cannot. Right? So what else telling? Environment, science and tech, it's basic. If you are coming from arts and commerce background, just see 9th and 10th NCERT, once you work with it. After that, it's basically current affairs, nothing else. Okay, so there is no standard book for this. CSAT is one thing. You want to know CSAT? CSAT will take time. You want me to take CSAT only for you? If at all you ask me the best subject I am, I CSAT. I have cleared IBPS. These are all nothing but CSAT only. 3-4 days old, giving test if I am giving it, that means my maths is good, credibility is there. Right? So you want me to take CSAT? My best subjects are IR, because IR is one thing which I enjoy teaching, because there are multiple uncensored things also. IR, security and CSAT. If you want, I can talk to them for these 3 subjects. Yes? IR they will enjoy like anything. Okay, anyway, what else is there? CSAT I'll tell you later because it's a long session with respect to CSAT. CSAT is itself a paper. We are discussing paper 1 now. Paper 2 madalike itself will take time. Okay. So, but remember, according to my speculations, this time in KPSC more CSAT bartidda. This time number will also be more and it will be based on your UPSC pattern. Because whenever UPSC changes the pattern, the state exam changes it. That is how it works. So before recent 2019 paper, right? So obviously UPSC that was easy only. But last 3 years you solve more than 40 questions. Forget about getting this marks. Solve more than 40 questions. So this time also be careful. Those giving UPSC, it's a nightmare. Definitely it's a nightmare. Okay. Including me, 0.4 months ago, one of the attempts I lost because I panicked over there. So it is a nightmare for everyone. Okay. So why means you understand. Athara papers in jail birthday, cattle birthday. UPSC aspirants is not like they cannot do it. But you give them 6 months, 8 months. 100% they will do. In fact, they will do better than J and CAT people. But the problem is, as time for time illa. Because J's odಬೇಕು, mains odಬೇಕು. Adu odake as time ಬೇಕು. So it's not incapability of the aspirants. It's just that they cannot give so much time. So CSAT with respect to that, what else doing before that? Yeah, so the basic current affairs you read it. Okay, that is more than enough. This is with respect to the prelims question. Beyond this, nothing will go. Current affairs. So here what do you get? Which newspaper you get? Newspaper. Here means in the market, obviously. Hindu is a standard newspaper. If at all anyone is reading online, then you can go for Indian Express as well. Indian Express in a very vividly they describe everything in a very nice way. If at all you are reading the Hindu, Telegram channel Express, Indian Express Explained and the channel is there. Just type it in Telegram, you get it. So every day around 8 to 10 articles they will be putting. Spend time, read it, understand. If you are able to do, 3 things will happen. One is comprehension you are developing. Second, authentic GS information which is high probability for your exam is coming. And third thing, once you go the you will not forget it. Because ashtu detail explain ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. In my interview, they asked me how a bomb is created, which chemicals are used. Can anyone tell? Which bomb was blasted in Bangalore? Which type of bomb? You are aware, right? There was a bomb blast. What is the full form of IED? 3 minutes of discussion of interview went on this. That's why I'm asking. I'm just asking the same question which they asked me. IED full form. IED people don't know. That is like the easiest thing. The second question was, what are the different types of IEDs? Then the fourth question was, what are the chemicals used? What are the physics phenomenon where it is used? Why it is easily accessible? One was the science part, general science part. Then they came the security part. How come it's very accessible to Karnataka? How come these people got? That was the second question. As a bureaucrat, they ask you this only, no? You people first question alle puspata kya bata? ID? Okay, never mind. So anyway, so newspaper you can read, any monthly compilation will work out. For KPSC, the last 4 months is the most important part. For UPSC, for those people giving this attempt, you have to read at least from 12 months. Those who prepare in 2025, you have enough time, prepare for 15 months. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ because 3 ತಿಂಗಳು ಓದಷ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ maximum 2 questions will come. Cost benefit ratio is less. But those of you giving 2025, prepare for 15 months. 15 months, that is a compulsory. KPSC is the last 4 months is more than enough. From your budget cutting, February in the July is the exam, right? Tentatively, right? So last 4 months, that's enough for your current affairs. That's more than enough. You don't have too much worry. Beyond that, they will not ask. Okay, so that's what is going to current affairs. Then what else you want to know? I'll open the session. Now 15-20 minutes. What else question you have? Same questions I'll answer other than me taking. Because we have to take time if I start telling every aspect. I have other commitments also after 2 weeks. That's good. ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವರು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೆವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಫಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವರಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್. 2025 ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? UPSC. What is the option? What? ನಿಮ್ದು ಓಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋತೀರಿ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಸೋಶಿಯಾಲಜಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸಾ ನಿಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನೋ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ UPSC ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ ಅರೆ ಗಿವ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು not just your children, not just your parents, next 2 generations life will settle and ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. Fact, the world is not run by politicians. They come only for 5 years. The current political leadership is coming for 15 years. That's a different thing. But I'm telling you, usually a country is not run by politicians. It's run by bureaucrats. Bureaucrats ಇದ್ರೇನೆ ದೇಶ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೋದು. It may be IAS, it may be police, it may be a foreign, it may be forest, it may be a revenue department, whoever it is. ಅವರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇಶ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. And bureaucrats are there, no? They are very powerful people, very, very powerful people. ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು salary wise, sufficient amount of money. Whatever you're doing in private, private ಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಫೀಸು ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, ನೀವೇ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ನೀವೇ ಕಾರು ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ರೆಂಟು ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, everything will be given here. Have you ever visited or seen IAS का बंगलो? IPS? ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ? ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ರೇವಂತ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ IPS ಬಂಗ್ಲೋ ಟೋರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೊಡಿರಿ. 27 acres is his house. He's a SP right now in Chittor. He's a SP. SP is like the first position in the IPS. I think you are aware of it, right? SP is the first position. ಹೋಗ್ತಾ DIG, AIG, become commissioner, etc. 27 acres one person and his family is living. Are you even imagining? Full agriculture ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ನೀವು. Organic food you can eat. They are very powerful people, bureaucrats. It may be in the central level or in the state level. Very, very powerful people. ಅವರು ಏನಾದರೂ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But politicians ಏನಾದರೂ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ except the 10% creamy layer of politicians, the remaining 90% they cannot do anything. And you know what is the best part of being a bureaucrat, IAS, IPS, IRS, all these people? In constitution it is given that a person who appoints is the one taken to remove. Who is that person who appoints? President. Is there any particular case you are aware of a bureaucrat has been removed? A president has removed anytime. He can be suspended, okay, transferred, but can he be removed? Very powerful people, but private ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ next day guarantee ಇರಲ್ಲ. You saw very education platform, how many layoffs it happened. Few of the companies is happening, right? So they are powerful people. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಯಸ್ಸಿದೆ, you have energy. If you don't aspire for the big, what are you aspiring for? I'm seriously telling it. Not just in India, there are only 3 things which work. At in your 20s only, you get fame, you get money, you get power, and social status as well. Three things only. One is actors, not directors or actors. Like Ranbir Kapoor, star actors, not actors, stars. Actors are different, stars are different. Stars. IPL second. Third is bureaucracy. The ಮೂರಲ್ಲೇ power, respect, money, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗೋದು. At an early age, obviously remaining professions at the end of 40 years, 50 years you will get. But ಈ age ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ it takes sacrifice. Sacrifice of your time, your energy, your hard work. You have to give in everything. You have to sacrifice your relations. One point alla bandaga the other person starts becoming. People who have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you better understand one point bandaga they will start becoming a burden. Not everyone is Shraddha in real life. Okay, some are like never mind, I don't want any. Okay, so some are there also like that. So start becoming burden. Friendship becoming burden. Birthday party ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಮದುವೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. But can you leave your studies and go? You cannot. You have to give in time for this. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ sacrifice ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But the day you clear the exam, no. Now I have extended family, extended friends. ಯಾರು ಮುಂಚೆ they were not even looking at me in the college. Those are all like one day we knew that we want to make it big. We 100% knew, 100% confidence. These are all congratulatory messages I get. A particular this particular community's identity I have got. People have come here. See. So all these particular things you will get, provided you pass. And I tell you a harsh reality of these things is 99.9% people do not clear. But if you clear, you get everything. Ingeni iradu literally naavurdu one result dina 17th April 2024 for this year UPSC candidates it became like this. Ingeni thing naavurdu one day side. Literally I am telling. So don't take it lightly. It will take, I know the sacrifices, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು, but if you do it, you will reach somewhere else. It's a fact. UPSC in India ನಡೆಯೋದೇ ಮೂರು things: bureaucracy, IPL and acting. That's it. Otherwise, no other place you will get all this particular thing in a wholesale thing. Okay, anything else you people have to ask? Ask me now. I don't know when the class will be scheduled because I have other classes in other institutions, other things also. So you tell me.
So you told about mastering the craft.
So mastering the craft, what all it takes? One is obviously the knowledge, then practice, then consistently studying, identifying what works, what doesn't work. You have to do your permutation combination. RCB ಗೆಲ್ಲಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಸೋಲ್ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರು ಸೋಲ್ಬೇಕು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. You do it. Rather than me telling it, you have to do it. Whatever works for you, only works for you. No one else works, no other people. So identifying what is working for your prelims exam. Yes, apart from these particular thing, obviously, see in prelims now, last question ingirutte and after this question, logic work agala, knowledge work agala, ellide hodre nenparalla, nothing works. Even your common sense also doesn't work. Avadda ninage somewhere that voice come, this can be correct. Instinct will come. Instinct na develop ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. It's a skill. You have to develop it. So some people out of 10-15 people will attempt let us say 5 to 6. More correct ಆಗಿ more wrong ಆಯಿತು. You are in the overall net 3 into 2, 3 into minus 0.66. Net ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. But if your 4 is correct, 2 is wrong, or 5 is 2 is 1 is correct, your instinct is very good. Trust your gut. But if your thing is 1 is to 5, 2 is to 4, 0 is to 6, your instinct is very bad. Even when marrying, no, you tell someone else only to choose for you because the instinct is very, very bad. Okay, so you have to develop that instinct. Identify nothing wrong, having a bad instinct, but not identifying is a problem. Without to try, you will not take the risk. Why would you take the risk when your instinct is wrong, right? Bad, right? So when you have a good instinct, that's an added advantage. That's definitely added advantage. I question extra attempt ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, right? So you have to develop that particular part. ಇದೇ ತರ this only with respect to prelims. In GS paper alone. CSAT there are 3 other ways of doing it. For mains is a completely the ball game is different only. Alli subject wise change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. For example, IR geography and data science security. You have to compulsory draw marks every page of that particular answer. But for history, you have to mention the dates, you have to mention the authors of different books. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ mention ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. When I read different books, have you read this book called Pax Indica? Pax Indica. You know which Dr. Shashi Tharoor? Yeah.
So he is excellent in English language.
Trivandrum MP. So past also, now also is standing over there. Trivandrum MP, and his English is like you need literally dictionary to understand his English. He has written this book called Pax Indica, where he mentioned about how British looted your India during that particular time. So, bari spectrum odidre, ellaru spectrum odidre, same answer barta. At least for those people can recollect. But you have read these particular book, extra books, you can get that knowledge over here. Added cherry. See, remember one thing. In these exams, ಒಂದು ಕೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು? ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಬೇಕು, ಮೈದಾ ಬೇಕು, ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ, ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪೌಡರ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಫ್. Yes, serious aspirants ಅಲ್ಲಿ cream is also safe. Cream is also safe. But this cherry, garnishing, idalla, those people who are clearing the exam, they do all this. Serious people, bread and cream are already there. When I tell bread and cream, this is your knowledge part, your cream is your skills part. This serious aspirant everyone does. But only if you put in cherry, garnishing, everything. Our mata, they come into the list. Are you understanding? So your first stage is mastering the bread. Bread is correct, very cream, obviously, it's all, nothing is there. So you take step by step everything, okay? So main series, prati subject ke the approach changes. Prati paper approach changes. You have to identify it. I mean, don't worry about it because ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ರವಿ ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಕಾಲೇ ಓದಿ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನನಗೆ. ಸೊ don't worry about the mains part now. When you clear the prelims, maybe we will have a session with respect to that. KPSC prelims ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, UPSC prelims ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. The same thing works. Bread is bread, cream is cream. It may be somewhere chocolate bread, some will be strawberry bread, whatever it is. But the approach is same. Fine. So that is with respect to your question. Then anything else? So first time when you are reading, you have to read everything. See, the first approach is, the approach is like, obviously syllabus copy munde irbeku. Nothing will be asked beyond syllabus. Nothing. For people who think that UPSC will ask everything under the sky, no, it doesn't ask. It will give you only the syllabus and the ashmata kedaru. First is your syllabus. ಆಮೇಲೆ PYQ ಬುಕ್ ತಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಚಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್. ಬುಕ್ ತಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ರೈಟ್? PYQ ಓದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಓದಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ರೀಡ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ people are asking, UPSC is asking or KPSC is asking that particular question. Once you identify it, you have to concentrate in the whole page. ಈ aspect ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You will realize that. Okay, and when I tell PYQ, at least 25 years come. Specific focus on 2030 because paper change, but 25 years. Okay, if you don't have time, then 2030, last 10 years will be done. So you take PYQ, see everything over there. After that you read. Then when you are reading, you mark all those. Second revision ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And after reading once, you solve your PYQs. Then you give a mock test. This is how standard operating procedure. What is the first thing? Syllabus. PYQ, just see, mark, read once and mark, give your solve your PYQs, then give your marks. 5 stage thing. This is SOP for all the subjects. Without PYQ, you're not even having the map. You're somewhere in the Shripatna Ogana anta heltidre, Shripatna yavado uru anta. Without the map, you're just going towards that direction. Map ittu only you want. That map is your PYQs. Without that, you cannot do. For those of you who have still not got it, God bless you. PYQ is one thing you have to buy before any other book. You have to buy before any other book. Without that, how will you know the exam, right? ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಅದು ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. PYQ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದೇ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬರೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ PYQ, that is the SOP. So revision part. Then 2025 preparation pattern. The problem is 2024 ಜನ ಎದುರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. You people are scared, huh? You'll give in 2025 also.
No, we are giving in 25.
You are so much confident that they won't give 24 and they will give 25. See her name, see this girl's name. She is confidently telling that 24 ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 25 ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ.
I am giving in 25. No.
That is the first attempt, 25 itself. Will you be people get scared. I'm just asking because if you get scared, no, you cannot do the exam. I will tell you the fact. Truth I will tell you. See, ನನಗೇನು ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ನೀವೇ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲು, ನೀವು ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಎಫರ್ಟೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದು. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಡಬೇಕು. ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಓ ನೋ 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 ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಬಾಲಿಂಗು, ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅವನು 336 ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪ್, ಯು ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಆಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವೇ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲು, ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಯು ಚೂಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. You have to be the best. Factor. This is a factor. ಶುಗರ್ ಕೋಟೆಡ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನು ಹೆದರ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಇದೇನೆ ಅಂತೋದೇನೆ. ದಟ್ ವೋಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್, ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಲರ್ನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಕರ್ ದ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಪಾತ್. Otherwise, if you get scared, then there is no point. So you tell me, you want to know me, so I'll tell you. 2024 I'll tell you. For sure I'll tell you for the next 40 days for the prelims part. Because 2024 people are giving no. I'll tell you the approach. But 2025 you see your own thing. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಭಯ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಲ್ಲ. I told you the fact. So for the next 40 days, today's what? 7. So roughly 42 days. Let us say 40 days because last time ಓದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So the next 40 days you have to target at least 2 revisions for your static and at least 3 to 4 revisions of your current affairs. This is a bare minimum. And for the next 40 days you have to write every day one test. It's a compulsory because avatin dinake, and when I tell test, not in the night 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock you are writing. Not like that. Test timing, that stimulation is important because your brain has to work the most efficiently in that time. In these particular attempts there was no ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರಲಿ, I used to always give in that particular time frame only because brain capacity. See, if you are getting up at 8 o'clock, biology says your brain will not come up to peak productivity after till 3 years. So 8 o'clock ಎದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ peak productivity ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಇರೋದು? 9:30. So off mind. Yes or no?
Yes.
So for that 3 hours before you have to sleep. You have to get up. So 9:30 ಅಂದ್ರೆ at least by 6:30 you have to get up. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ productivity ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So solve in that particular. See, that is what you people are thinking. Books idrinda agutte. You are not understanding the biology behind giving these exams. Biology is a very important thing. Nothing questions biology. Nothing. Biology tsunami agirbodu, your disasters agirbodu, or a new birth agirbodu. Everything biology. Nothing can beat biology. So same in success also, right? So 40 days only 3 to 4, 40 tests compulsory. From now on, for the next 20 days, 25 days, apart from your classes, I don't know how you are going to do. If you are not studying for 7 to 8 hours, it is going to become difficult. I don't know how you are going to do. Sleep for 6 hours, sleep for 5 hours. But you could do what is required. Then the next 10 days, you reduce that particular time. Obviously, I think classes will be stopped 15 days or 20 days before the exam. For those people who are giving 20 this attempt. So our particular time only, see, illy classes plus 7 to 8 hours. This is only studying. So you just stick to 8 hours. Last 5 days or 8 days, don't study more than 6 hours. Otherwise, saturation over exam and productivity barala. 6 hours, that is fine. 6 hours ಜಾಸ್ತಿ because you people under anxiety ಮತ್ತೆ stress ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೋ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. And don't, I'll give you the subject wise how you have to plan these 40 days. So first read the analytical subjects. What is this analytical? First you do your economy, then you do your geography, environment, science and tech, then you do your, what else is that? Polity, history, then so current affairs obviously will go hand in hand. So then you do your polity, then you do your modern history, then you do your ancient medieval. Before modern history you can do your art and culture. Follow the same pattern. Don't even dare to do polity to in the end. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೇಳಿ, ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟಾ ಗವರ್ನರಾ, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟಾ ಇವರ. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಮುಂಚೆ ಯು ಲೂಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾಲಿಟಿ is strong, all of you will lose your confidence. So don't do polity last week. at least 10-15 days ಮುಂಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. Do in this particular order. So I mean, these are all analytical subjects, these are all static subjects. I hope you understand the basic logic behind this. Right? So do this 20 days, 20 days. Or 18 days, 18 days. The last 4 days, keep it as a buffer. You can do. Books all the right? But solving test is a very important thing. So let us say out of 8 hours you're studying, 2 hours will go for test. Half an hour or 1 hour, let us say you go take for analysis also. Right? 3 hours test and analysis, 3 hours, but remaining 3 hours you have to do static, 2 hours you have to do current affairs. Every day, no break from now. Break will happen the next day of the prelims exam, that is 17th June. Till then, no break, no Sunday, no dating, no movies, no RCB. Leave it. So, I think you know how things work. Chepauk semi-finals and finale is there. Chepauk is the fortress of CSK. No one can dare. You can beat CSK in Chinnaswamy, you cannot beat in Chepauk. It's a fortress. And everything, I think you know who is going to be the winner also. If something is happening, it will be happening for a reason. This is the last year of your Tala. So, anyway.
Sir, current affairs, current affairs.
I told you, no? Monthly compilation. Now, yeah, this is what you are giving this time, right? PT. Don't touch monthly, touch PT. Any good institute. PT ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, updated ಇವಾಗ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು page ಇದೆ. That is the exception you can take. If at all, now you are doing PT. Remaining subjects you do. Okay, so this is for those people who are giving the coming prelims. Don't think about mains. Don't think about optional. Don't think about anything in life. Think only about this. For those of you 2025, optional choose agide first of all. Have you chosen optional? How many have you yet to choose? Skip that. But if you have chosen, still you have not done anything, then you can think about changing the option. That is equivalent of not doing anything for the option. Is there anyone like that? Any brave souls? Optional is a decider whether it is the list or not. Fact that. Mine was geography. Hello, we are scoring this time. After alphabet I got the highest marks. And if I tell you about your subject, you will feel very bad. Is there anyone who wants to decide optional? Because that's a very important thing. It's like, getting married. Yochane madabeko. Because after that, if you take divorce, no. Your pre-wedding shoot, engagement, Instagram post, all waste out. Honeymoon also is getting wasted. So think twice before marrying. Divorce ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. It's a very painful process. That's why I'm asking. There's a science behind it, behind using your optional. It's not about likes. That never works. Is there anyone? Other than skip it. You want? Okay. So, see, obviously interest you need because you don't know which attempt you are clearing. I hope all of you clearing the first attempt, but you don't know which attempt you will be clearing, right? So, angirಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ you have to read the subject again and again. In a year, 6 months you have to read optional only. That will take so much time. So you need to have generate interest for this. How will you get interest, sir? Any particular subjects, basic NCERT only. Artha agtidiya, sociology, history, your what else is there? Sociology, history, geography, PSIR, anthro. Don't take another test, guys. You will unnecessarily spoil your attempts. It's very rare that avattan varsha you get marks and you will clear. This time the highest is 245. And in any other subject, if you are getting less than 215 other optionals, you are out of the list. And in Kannada option, the person who got the highest rank is 245. And there is no point of taking that optional, doing everything, wasting your attempts. Was there anyone who wanted to take another option? No, right? Good. So these two are static, theory subjects. Makhi ka makhi, memorization, nothing, no logic works here. ಎಂಟಿಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಥರ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಗಂಟೆಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This is what you study in sociology. For those of you, you know this particular. It's about memorization. There's no logic. This is about logic, analytics. You cannot memorize anything here. PSL ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, your answer ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. These are the 5 are the standard optional. Beyond this also you can take if you want. Interest obviously will come. Next comes your marks. Marks ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಿದೆ for those people who are in the list who are not in the list also. You should have that scale, right? Adilla how will you study? Do this research. Go to Google, go to Telegram, find people who have cleared the exam. ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. People have cleared the exam, their ಹತ್ರ the data will be there. You people will never have it. You people cannot have it because they're all secretive. Not secretive, it's very restricted thing. You cannot even take screenshots or you cannot even forward whatever is there in the put into the group. That is what the secrecy level of those particular groups will be. We have the data. You people cannot have this particular data. Okay, so marks, you find a person was clear the exam, get that particular data. Okay, then see which subject. See what UPSC does. Prati Varsha, you understand butchering. Butchering. Bakra. You put it. Right? So you do that particular thing, it's a common noun. According to grammar, you can pronounce it however you want common nouns. So, butchering you are doing it. So, Prati Varsha, one of the option will be chosen. Whichever the topper has taken. Because everyone will run behind, right? So, this particular year, PSIR, for those of you who have taken, this year that it got butchered royally. Okay, last year and I think the last year Andhra got butchered like anything. I think the geography got butchered. So, next is those very common thing over here that is going to happen because the toppers have got it. So maybe not this set 2024 thing, but 25, 26 it might get because toppers are coming from there. So choose a subject. Don't why you want to go yourself to be the Vakra. Logic, right? So choose it. And third important part, guidance whether you have or not. You people reading and someone else telling you how to read is a difference. Obviously, I don't have to mention about this. Then you see the sources. You have enough test series, enough resources, enough notes. Idalla ittu andre maatru you can actually do that particular optional. Artha madkoledu. Any person who has read that option for 3 years will 100% write better than you. Right? So are you having those particular resources? Either basis may you choose the option. Obviously, this will majorly the 40% chunk, but the remaining is your 60% is this one. So choose optional wisely, otherwise UPSC clear otherwise will be regretting, and if it doesn't clear now, throughout your life you will always blame your option. And remember, you cannot blame anything here. You cannot blame classes, you cannot blame teachers, you cannot blame notes, you cannot blame this topper, you cannot blame any strategy. If you start blaming yourself, taking responsibility, clear agadi exam. Allivarage exam clear agala. So the only option, if at all your option doesn't work out, is to change the option, and that's a very painful process, very painful. So don't take all those risks. Choose wisely. Take time, choose wisely. Especially those who are not chosen, and also those who are chosen but not done anything for the option. Both of you, right? So I have to tell something else, right? Apart from this, someone asked something. I came here. 2025 ka thing. So what month is this? May. Then January, February, then March to May. So the remaining 3 months is for prelims only. Dedicate the last 3 months. It's compulsory. But the remaining now, do integrated preparation. Do integrated. 30% for prelims, 70% for mains. Either you can do, I personally tell you, don't choose prelims, mains and optional together. Because yellano handle madakala. Choose either GS or only optional. Take one month GS ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 1 month optional ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Every option will take its time, lot of time. Sociology is the option which takes the least time. Hardly you can finish in 2.5 months. But not PSIR, no Andhra, no geography. Roughly it will take 5 to 6 months. To be prepared, the best way. When I tell someone overload, you can tell you're prepared. I'm telling when I tell prepared, test series ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಏನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು, ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. That is what the meaning of preparation. 5 to 6 months will take time, right? So this you dedicate over there. Okay, so here 1 month optional ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, 1 month GS ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. This will take time because you're preparing the notes. This, suppose you're reading 10 hours per day, 3 hours for this, 7 hours for that. If you are only studying, if you are voluntarily unemployed, not working, not going to college, still you are not able to do, means something is really wrong with you people. You cannot study for 10 hours. ಚಂದ್ರಾಲಯ ಊಟಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ 10 hours ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅರೆ ಅವನಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಹಾಳಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಇನ್ Bangalore, even in ORN in Delhi, Ashok Nagar in Hyderabad. I have lived in all these three places, so I know. If you are not studying one particular point, if you don't have this much knowledge also, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಈ ಮೂವಿ ಬಂತು, ಆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ರಿ, they won't speak all this. They discuss criticism of the foreign policy. Why Modi did this particular thing? If this particular attack is happening, why we took Russia's side? Critically, you have to think about it. Some people will speak for, some people will feel against. This is what the intellectual conversation will be. They don't speak some unnecessary bullshit. If you are able to do all this, you will automatically it will come into you, right? So environment is a very important thing. So I will not tell break your friendships or relations, but at least speak intellectually. There's a difference between an aspirant and a future officer and a normal, without any discrimination, a normal citizen. 100% there's a difference. Bureaucrats plan, they think. You have to think. So conversation daily na ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will be beneficial for you, right? So this you dedicate. So here what you can do is the basic. But all you have not started anything. Basic thing. ಈ ಪೂರ್ತಿ 6 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. So you prepare your notes. You write your answers. Essays ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ಸೆಗೂ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ. Essay is always the game changer. I know a particular person who had almost got 380 marks in his GS, 216 PSIR. In a budgeting year, he got 260. Essay got only 60. 60 only. So roughly 30-30. And if a person was there in the list, he has got 120, 60 marks difference. And for those of you who don't even realize one mark importance, people who have written means only they understand. You ಏನಾದರೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1 marks extra ಕೊಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನೀರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ to get that extra 1 mark. And 60 marks difference ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Remember me when you are writing your mails, you remember it. 1 mark value ಇದೆ. So even for KPSC, they will not even give you marks over there. And I think you know the harsh reality, the third stage. ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಸರ್. I cannot go this in the air. So the third stage, you know how things work in the interview part. So mains ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಂಗಿದ್ರು ಏನೇ ತಗೋಕಿದ್ರು mains ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. In UPSC at least you have a scope for interview. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ a person is getting 200 and a person is getting 150 marks difference ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬರಲ್ಲ. It's a harsh reality. Because you are in the system, you are taking that system, you have to understand this. So I cannot much tell about it, obviously. So what else? Yeah. So prepare for your mains and optional car part. ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಅ ಮೈಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಿರತ್ತ ಸರ್? ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ? ಅವರೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬು ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನೇನು ಅಂಥದ್ದೇನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಡೆಂಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಎನಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ saying? Yeah, so essay, if you get time, you do 1 month. After February, go complete 100% prelims mode. Because prelims, I told in the starting, it's a huge building, a chikko gateway, ellaru alli hogtidare. Don't take risk, especially when it's your first or second prelims. Don't take risk. Okay, so then what else? And for KPSC, you want same thing, extend by 1 more revision because you have subjects also. Karnataka history, geography, budget. No, all those is there. So extra 10 days or 50 days, right? July 21st. So roughly 80 days, I think. So make it one more revision. Solve as many as test. Solve as many as test. 15 days is the minimum. You have time. These people do not have time for writing UPSC. You people have time. So writing KPSC only, no? Adadru bartidira. So at least you concentrate. 15 tests, so you have to at least minimum adu. Adu minimum illa andre I don't want to tell any negative things, otherwise you feel very bad. Ravi sir told for motivation session, what sir, what are you telling? ಏನು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. And remember, whoever is passing, no one has got this because ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. I don't know about other exams, but at least UPSC, no one has cleared just like this. Everyone, all the thousands has done hard work, have done sacrifices. Out of 1000, at least 950 will have a long journey or let us say disappointments and failures and all. Okay, so that thing though is a fact. ಯಾರು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ obviously they only get the success. If you sit for one failure, if you sit down and you try over there, nothing is working out. Obviously, it's not, you are not fit for the competitive exam. Competitive exam is it's a fact, right? I was in my first 4 attempts, I was a part of 99.99% of the crowd only. Now I am in the part of 0.01% of the crowd. But for the remaining 4 it was a part. So this is a fact of this exam. ಇಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ without getting scared for failure or any disappointments, you will go ahead. One failure ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ you are not for here, for sure. ಬ್ಯೂರೋಕ್ರಸಿಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಸಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Literally 24 hours. Why do you think bureaucrats marry only bureaucrats? There's always a choice. Since I am also getting proposals, so I have to choose. We do not marry professional people like doctors, engineers, lawyers. We do not marry them. We marry only the service people. Why means nangu 24 hour kelsa, avru 24 hour kelsa. One vara meet aagti one dinake. Happy relation irutte. Okay, no fight will happen. And that one day will be full of love. Okay, second, I understand that 24 hours he has to give. I have to give 24 hours. That's a necessity. You are bureaucrat. You are running the country. It's a necessity. It's not some 10 to 5 job. After that, go watch some. How many did it? Which movie is running? I don't know which movie is running. Let us say, ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ರಕ್ಷಿತ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿದು ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬಿ ಸಪ್ತ ಸಾಗರದ ಆಚೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಚೂಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕರಿಯರ್. ಬ್ಯೂರೋಕ್ರಸಿ 24 hours will study because ಒಬ್ಬ IAS ಒಬ್ಬ DCಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ದುಡ್ಡು? 500 crores will be in his signature, not as a corruption, as is a developmental thing. He has to decide that particular thing. 500 ಕೋಟಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು 0 ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಅವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 500 ಕೋಟಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನೀಡ್ ಕೇಪಬಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ದೇರ್. ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಕೇಪಬಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಯಾರೋ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಥರ ಇಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಗೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ DC or SP, right? So don't sit for any particular disappointment or failure. You have to go forward. Bureaucrats are running. Bureaucrats need that capability. You need that mental strength, right? Or we marry a particular person who will be there with us everywhere, wherever we are going, without any particular profession. These are the only 2 choices we have, because you have to see practicality also, right? Either the service or this. If every time she is coming means she also will not have any complaints. But she is some doctor or lawyer, she will be complaining over there. Why are you not spending time? This is a fact though. Why am I telling you this side of the line? This is what the thinking is. So anyway, so maybe in the future we will be meeting again. Okay, I don't know when. So if at all I take IR, no, that will be IR is over. IR is over, then I don't tell him I take IR, because IR is one thing. Agila. IR is one thing which you will enjoy like anything. That is my strengthest subject. Okay, so I'll tell you the stories also, and I hope the camera won't be there for IR. If the camera is better, everything is obviously a conspiracy. Everything is a second side of the story. Whatever you are believing right now, whatever the settings are obviously settings right now, whatever your people are doing now, whatever you are doing in your room also. Speaking 100 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಮಲಿಕೊಂಡ ಚಿನ್ನ ಮಲಿಕೊಂಡ everything you are doing now, sending photos, videos, everything is leaked. Everything is leaked in the internet already. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ already leaked. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ you can change maybe, but it's already leaked. And there are few major players who are leaking this particular information. Some state actors, some non-state actors. And I hope you understand what I need to say. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ that's what camera ಮುಂದೆಲ್ಲ they cannot tell. You tell them that I don't want camera, otherwise IR becomes very difficult to teach. Usually whenever I teach IR, I tell them no air, strictly no air. And if you see, that's why you don't buy IR classes in anywhere in YouTube or anywhere. Sikkadru it will be very censored version. Reality you cannot speak if obviously come to life ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮತ್ರ ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಲಿಕ ಬಕ್ರ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, right? So I hope we'll meet again. I hope it was a productive session. I need to take a leave, right? So is there anything else apart from this? If anything is there, you tell me. I hope we'll be meeting in a month only. So anything is there, we'll discuss that time, right? You also think what works, what doesn't work, ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. Start preparing. ನೀವು ಓದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Until you start, then only you get the doubts, right? So you're not starting, how will you get the doubts? ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಂದ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನಂತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೀತೀರ. So study, have doubts, then you'll get to resolve the doubts. Yeah. Thank you guys. I think it was a good session, good interaction with you people. Thank you so much.